Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today is the 14th session, and we are hopefully going to wind up our first module, Bhakti Shastri. Chapter 6 we'll complete it today. And waiting for Damni Mataji because I don't have the sharing rights. And I think, yes, let's wait for a few minutes. We'll wait for one more minute. If other devotees will join, then fine. Otherwise, we'll start our session. So let's start today's session by reciting the Manglacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamarupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता श्रीराधाकान्ता नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो. So we started our sixth chapter yesterday. We completed 8 to 9 shlokas, and there are 47 shlokas in this chapter, which we are going to cover today. So anyone wants to discuss or just give a quick recap of our yesterday session, what we did yesterday? Excuse me. I think 12 students voted for this time, like 5 to 7:30, and I can't see those students who voted for it. Okay. So yesterday, in fifth chapter, the fifth chapter was about the karma yoga. Karma yoga means the action in Krishna consciousness. So in chapter 5, Arjun asked Krishna that whether the renunciation of work is better or working in devotion. So Krishna explains that both can lead to liberation, but karma yoga, like working for Krishna without attachment, is easier and safer. So real renunciation does not mean stopping work. It means giving up selfish desires and attachment to the results. So a devotee performs all duties as an offering to Krishna and therefore remains untouched by sinful reaction. And then we also studied about that material sense enjoyment, it bring temporary happiness, but it gives suffering. And related to this, we also with the example we compared that how eating so much pani puri, initially we like it, but later it gives us suffering. And like, so the intelligent person avoids becoming attached to such things. And like, by acting in Krishna consciousness, a person becomes purified, peaceful, and gradually attains liberation from material bondage. And the chapter concludes with a peace formula, the 5.29, Bhoktaram Yagatapasa. So the chapter, this shloka gives the peace formula. Like, true peace comes by understanding that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, proprietor of everything, and the best friend of all living entities. Yes, Damni Mataji.
Mataji, I am making the host and I will go and call everyone to
All right,
join the.
Mataji. Okay,
Okay,
Mataji. That's fine. So, we also understood that who are the doers, and responsibility for suffering goes to whom. In the fourth chapter, it also discussed that in 4.15 that um, just because of the desire, the soul suffers. And in 5.14 to 15, we also understood that there are three doers. The first one is the soul who desires, and then Krishna who sanctions, and then the prakriti, the modes of material nature, who provides us whatever we desired for. And then yesterday, chapter 6, like we started, and in chapter 6, we started with the Dhyana Yoga. Krishna is telling Arjun that how you can control the mind, because Arjun was still somewhere, doubtful or confused that how I'm going to fight. Like, because you said that man lagao, how I'm going to, control my mind, my senses. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that the way to control the mind is the yoga. Yoga means connecting with the Supreme Lord, and that is Ashtanga Yoga, which is discussed. Initially, it is discussed in the sixth chapter, and we will see that in the end of this chapter, the last shloka, Krishna will. Not in the last shloka, but Krishna tells in between only the last shlokas that that bhakti yoga, the last shloka says, yes, that bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga among all the yogas. So you better follow this one. So um, I also told you that in today's world, people also follow the yoga system, and that is the hatha yoga and the pranayam. So the hatha yoga means the gymnasium, and pranayam, we know that controlling the breath and controlling the five kind of airs which are in our body. So yes, in from shloka 1 to 4. Yeah, in 1 to 4, advancing in yoga through detachment. So a real sannyasi and yogi, we talk about it, that Ashtanga yoga means to control the mind and senses, but it's very difficult. Because Krishna is telling this to us. Like, the madhyam is Arjuna. He's telling us to us, telling it to us that Ashtanga yoga is not easy, but bhakti yoga, the devotional service, is easier than Ashtanga yoga. Why? Because there are certain things which you have to follow in the Ashtanga yoga, like I shared the chart with you, the yam, like the the don'ts. Initially, that don't do this, you have to be regulated. And then niyam means that the do's, what you should do. And then the asana, like the bodily posture and structure, the exercises, and all these things. So that is why it is very difficult for us to follow this. And after asana, that is pranayam, means the breathing exercises. Then pratyahara, withdrawing the senses from sense objects. We know that in chapter 4 and 5, Krishna told Arjuna that, um, a person, a living entity, must work to maintain the body. So it's not possible that you withdraw your senses. You must do something. Action is going on. So pratyahara, after pratyahara, there is dharana. Dharana means fixing mind on Lord's form. And that form is the super soul, which is in the heart, or yogi, see this form or feel this form in between these eyebrows. They try to see the form. They try to focus here on the center of the eyebrows. And after dhyan, there is a samadhi. So samadhi means a complete absorption in the Lord. So as I said that, in bhakti yoga, in Krishna consciousness, there is also samadhi, because we have seen our Goswamis, our acharyas, they are fully absorbed in Krishna because they are serving Krishna through their devotional services. Bhakti means to do something for Krishna, to render services to Krishna. And we completed till 6.9. We discussed also the that how the pure devotees see that the pebbles and the gold in a same way, because the example was of Sanatan Goswami had the touchstone. I think we completed our session on this topic only yesterday. And then yes, the Krishna can be realized in 4 ways. The first one is the like Nam, Rupa, Guna, and Leelas. And one cannot artificially do the yoga system or yoga process. And that there is a proper process which has to follow for that, for Ashtanga yoga. Okay, we discussed the 9 stages in bhakti, and before that, like before the Shraddha stage, there is a there's a Sattam Kripa, like the mercy from someone, from a devotee, and then you serve, and later the Shraddha comes. So from 10.23, the further stages in practice of yoga will be discussed. 6.10. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi stata ekaki yata chittatma nirashir aparigraha. Read the translation, please. Yes, Neela Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feeling of possessiveness.
So here, like this is the advanced stage of Ashtanga yoga, if we see. And the stage is yoga ruda, because the transcendentalist, a person who is doing this Ashtanga yoga, he's always engaged his body, mind, and self in samadhi, yogi yunjita satatam, and living alone in a secluded place, and always carefully control the mind, yata chittatama, free from material desires and possessiveness, nirashir aparigraha. So we know that in that there are 3 degrees of realizing Krishna: the Brahma, the Paramatma, and Bhagwan. So I think we have discussed this. Did we complete this shloka as well yesterday? Uh, did we talk about the Bharat Maharaj? No. Okay, fine. So, like it says that living in a secluded place, but we know that uh, from the example which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bharat Maharaj, that he was living in a secluded place, like he renounced everything and he was there. Then what happened? Anyone remember what happened then? He has to go through like 3 lives to attend the Supreme Lord, right? He was the Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, the king. And yes, Neela Mataji?
Attachment with the deer,
Yes,
attachment.
because exactly because of the attachment with the deer, what happened? He had, like, at the time of leaving the body, his concentration or his all attention towards the deer, and he took the birth of a deer then. So that is, this shows that devotee association is very important. So the devotee or the guru can, keep check and balance on us, that what we are doing, we will be, properly guided by them. That is the reason the devotee association is very important. Like, suppose, um uh, as you know, in India, when someone travels in a local train, so if anybody wants to go to the train, he just has to stand in front of the, like, the gate which is about to open, and everyone is going to inside. So you don't need to do anything. You have to just stand there around the people. They are going to push you, and anyhow you are going to get into the train without any, efforts. It's like that. They are going to push you and you are going to get inside. So similarly, when you are around, in the surrounding of the devotees, in the devotees association, then what will happen? They will push you towards the bhakti. So that is the reason that, that devotee association is very important, and you can't do bhakti alone somewhere in a secluded place. So here, when you see that your friend is, it actually, it happens to me as well. I remember many times, suppose if I don't join in the mangalarti or something, and I got to know that, my friend or the devotees, they wake up early and they are going to attend the mangalarti. Okay, fine, they are not able to go to the temple. If we are not, like, the temple is not nearby, that's fine. But suppose they woke up in the morning, they did mangla aarti, and they have completed the 16 rounds and all. So this gives us kind of a guilty, that my friends, they have, they woke up so early and they have completed their sadhana. What about me? I'm left behind. So these kind of things, just because of such association, it happens in the exams also. Okay, if your friend tell you, "Ki bhai, I have completed, the entire course, or I have completed the half of the course," then what will happen to you? Oh my God, now I have to anyhow complete it. I'm not going to eat anything. I'm not going to have any free time. I will complete this. So this is a kind of association we must approach, we must have. So Bharat Maharaj took 3 lives to go back to Krishna, to go back to Godhead. First, he was Bharat Maharaj. He was a devotee, but just because of the affection with the deer, he had to go through the life of the deer. Like, he had given the a form of a deer. And then he became the Jar Bharat. And Jar Bharat, actually, this was planned by Krishna, because being a Jar Bharat, he has a complete knowledge about his past lives, the previous lives. So he gave knowledge to Rahuguna Maharaj. Rahuguna Maharaj was the king. He gave the knowledge to him. So that was Krishna's, plan. And there are many examples come that who doing such meditation, or doing such um, yoga practices, they fall down. Either they fall down, or what happened, they couldn't have control on their senses. Somehow or other, they're trapped by Maya, because it's very difficult. So there are other examples also. Anyone knows about any example who was doing meditation, but was somehow got attracted or lured by something, like distract by something. He was doing meditation.
Vishwamitra Mataji.
Yes, exactly. Vishwamitra. And that happened because of Menaka?
Yes.
Yes. By seeing Menaka, the desire came into his mind, and he just left that meditation. And there is one more example. I think I discussed it like three, like yeah, in our last somewhere in last sessions, that uh, Sobri Muni, who was he was like meditating in the water, and he saw the fishes were mating, and then he desired to get married and all. So he went out, and with his yoga ball, he became young, and he married to the king's daughters. So this is, you can see the drawback, and not drawback, but it's very difficult actually. The Ashtanga Yoga is very difficult, especially for the people in this Kali age, because there are so many distractions, we know. And okay, so we must be in association, and we do our chanting, and you know, initially maybe we think that um, yeah, so alone doing Krishna consciousness means no elevation. You can't do Krishna consciousness, or you can't do bhakti alone. There should be a devotees association. We must be in association. And you know, initially what happens that we think that काश कोई बीच में नहीं आए. I only want Krishna in front of me, बस मैं और मेरे Krishna. But it's not like that. You know, it becomes, after some times, it's going to be a dry. If you'll not hear anything, if you'll not hear lectures, if you don't know about Krishna more and more, then there will be no taste, there will be no rasa. So we should have the good association. Okay, there are association with the books, like Srila Prabhupada books, hearing the lectures. This is the way we can learn more about Krishna, and more taste will come. So what do you mean by like the good association and bad association? So what do you understand by the bad association?
Distraction from bhakti.
Not only from a bhakti, Mataji, some other thing, like bad association. You're right in one way, yes. It will distract you from bhakti, like if you want to chant your rounds, but if someone is in your association who is not a bhakt, then what will happen? He is going to drag you for some material things.
Yes. We
Influence
get
of
more
Maya.
entangled.
Influence of
Yes,
Maya.
yes, exactly. So this is how the Maya will entrap us, and okay. So bad association means the material talks. And when we are with the devotee, when we are in the good association, that means bhakti talks. So, there is always an after effect of the association. There is always. Because, whatever someone say, it always remains in our mind. When a person is not in with us right now, but whatever he speak, whatever we had a talk about, it goes on in our mind. So that is why there are after effects of our conversations, of our associations. So we must be very careful in choosing our association, and this is a association will help us to elevate us in chanting, in hearing. The friends are like, I have seen the devotee friends. Whenever there is a program, tomorrow is a Jagannath Rath Yatra. Okay, so we have to get ready. तुम चल रही हो ना? नहीं नहीं नहीं, I oh my god, it's very difficult for me to manage time. Let's go. I will come and I'll pick you up. We'll go together. So this is what the good association. This is how you are going to elevate. So
Mataji, we are called by the normal people that Krishna wale aa gaye. Means we are Krishna wale. So that is a good thing. But a man is known by the company he keeps, obviously. So good association means we are
yes, Mataji.
in the spiritual path, but bad company means we are more into gossip and all the other things, distraction.
You're right, Mataji. And sometimes I think it's a kind of a proud that someone say na कि Hare Krishna wale aa gaye hain. So it's good to hear this. This is a kind of what we say, like, like we feel proud of. We are happy with this. Yes, Shatavi Mataji.
But that is sometimes they judge as well. Like if I started in Hare Krishna moment and I said to someone like I have to attend the kirtan or all, they were like, oh, acha, abhi ye karna bhi shuru ho gayi. Yeah, like they started judging, and sometimes we just keep it secret and we just don't want to tell anyone like what we are doing. I think it happens to me, I think.
Mataji, I think everyone is in the like sabhi ek hi kashti mein sawar hain. So these kind of things come in everyone's life. No one accept it initially, but yes, Neela Mataji.
Mataji, usually they have pity, they feel pity and they have that attitude, oh, what are you going to eat? You are not getting anything. You are so young. Why you are in bhakti? And in the family, even if we too are devotees, I can share my experience. We too are in devotion service, and rest are like we feel like that we are odd one out in the family now. Everyone, we are odd one out. No one consider us as a part of the family member. They always think whenever they are inviting us, they always feel तुम क्या खाओगे, तुम तो अनियन गार्लिक नहीं खाते, तुम तो ये नहीं करते, और आई रियली फील गुड तो बैड अबाउट यू, क्योंकि कुछ मिलता ही नहीं होगा, कैसे सर्वाइव करते हो, खाना कैसे बनता है, एंड वी आर टायर्ड ऑफ answering these questions now.
Mataji, you're not the alone. I'm pretty sure whoever is here, if you'll ask them, na, the same story, either from the relatives, from the your parents, or from your in-laws, you're going to hear such things, and I think that is fine. But thing is that keep on going. That's fine. Keep going on, and because Krishna, we are here to please Krishna. We don't think about the others. Okay, fine, they are going to think like that only, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. After some time they are going to stay quiet. But you know Mataji, this is how uh, somehow they also appreciate us. I have seen many times, when there is a sufferings, when there is a trouble in a family or anything, like any miseries or anything, they call you, they ask you, they talk to you, they want some the counseling, because they know that you are the one who knows about the religion, you are the one who knows about Krishna, you are the one who may give them the better uh, answer related to their miseries, because otherwise so I think that this is also kind of like some after some time you will feel that you will get appreciation from them only, maybe not now,
Mataji,
but yes.
and debates, at times debates are going on in our family because we are younger, we are the youngest one in the family, and all of them are elder. They are having a lot of gyan from the so-called books, Bhagavad Gita,
Mm-hmm.
the earlier form of Bhagavad Gita. So they
Yeah,
used to argue a lot. Now we feel better that we are staying quiet rather than explaining anything. At times they are praising us, not in front of us but others, but we have noticed that on everything, on every discussion, they are having that we are on the poles apart. Like we are like poles apart, means they are on the other side, we are on the other side. So it's better we are not trying to justify our point, we just let it
it's
be,
good.
that's fine.
Yes, we must only concentrate what is our goal. We must follow that only, because we are not here to argue with anyone, because it's a waste of time. Those who don't understand, they will not understand whatever you do. So yes, Madhavan, you raise your hand twice.
Mataji, will you come tomorrow?
No idea. Not sure. Madam is asking about the Rath Yatra, I'm sure. Okay. So, okay. As I said, there is a good association and a bad association. So, association, how the devotee choose association, he should associate with the advanced devotees. Why? To learn from them, right? And associates with the friends also on the same level to share and make friendship with them and to share about their realizations and to share about the bhakti, the talks about the devotional services and all, and to associate with the neophyte devotees, with the new devotees. Why? To help them to progress. So uh, what is the meaning of association according to Sri Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Instructions? Anyone know about it? A few days back, Prabhuji shared a picture of shloka in Nectar of Instruction, verse number 4. Tadati, there are 6 kind of exchanges between the devotees, loving exchanges. And the shloka is like that: Dadati prati grahanati, guyam akhyati prachati, bhunkte bhojayate chaiva, shad vidam priti lakshanam. So these are the 6 kind of exchanges, lakshans of devotees. Which are these? Like offering gifts in charity. You give gifts to the guru or to the sincere devotees or the advanced devotees, or even at your same level, like at your friends level, you can give gifts to them, like as a charity, and accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind and confidence. Like if there is something you want to inquire about, you must ask them. And yes, you ask them also, and you try to hear from them also. Like if they are answering you, you must be attentive in listening to them also. Either they are asking you anything or you are asking them something. So the question answer session types. Okay. So the fifth thing is the accepting prasad and offering prasad to them. So these are 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. You are going to learn about this also in the next, I think in the 4th module. Nectar of Instruction is going to come in 4th module. I don't exactly know, but yes, like it is in Bhakti Shastri course only. So when we see the Ashtanga Yoga and Krishna consciousness, when we compare this, when Srila Prabhupada, compare it in terms of practice, so we see that, constantly engage body, mind, and self in relationship with Supreme, that is Ashtanga Yoga, and in Krishna consciousness, constantly engage body, mind, and self in relationship with Supreme. That is same. Both are same. But when we see that impersonalists and yogis are partially, imperfectly, and indirectly Krishna conscious, like those who are doing meditation, they are also on the process in the way of towards bhakti yoga. Because when we see the ladder, we see that by doing the karma and later by doing the dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, these 3 yogas will lead us to the bhakti yoga when we keep Krishna in the center. So if anybody is doing, like suppose if the impersonalists or the yogis, they are indirectly doing Krishna bhakti, because we know that Paramatma, Brahma, they all are the features of Bhagwan, of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And devotee is fully Krishna consciousness, perfectly, in which he is in direct relationship with the Supreme. And but the Ashtanga yogis, what they do, they live in a secluded place, but the devotee stays in the good association. They avoid the unwanted association, and thus they are always aloof from material things. And why the Ashtanga yogis or the yogis, they stay in this secluded place? Because they want to avoid the disturbance by the external objects. But the devotees are always in the good association of devotees, so they are not distracted by the material things. And when it comes on mind control, so like struggles hard. The yogi, he struggled hard to fix his mind on super soul, but the devotee always thinks of Krishna, never forgets him, because concentration of mind on the supreme is called samadhi. So they are all the time, but why their mind is all the time in Krishna? Because they are doing the services which which force them to have to think about Krishna. Because if I am doing arati, so definitely I am going to think about Krishna only. If I'm cooking, then I'm preparing bhoga for Krishna. So this is how the devotee is more focused than the yogi, and it's very difficult to fix the mind. So in from 11 to 14 there are different ways of doing this process. And 6.11, 11 and 12. शोचोदेशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरम आसनम आत्मना नाति उच्छ्रितम नाति नीचम शैलाजिना कुशोत्तरम तत्रैकाग्रम मनः कृत्वा यत चित्तेन्द्रिया क्रिया उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मा विशुद्धये. Can you anyone please read the translation? Yes, Madhvan.
Hare Krishna. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay two shidras on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, and activities and fixing the mind on one point.
So, see, they're saying that, in a secluded place, what they have to do, they have to sit straight. And there are few more things like using of a deer skin. Why they use the deer skin? Like spread the kusha grass on the ground and then you keep this deer skin and then you sit on this. So why they used to have this deer skin? What was the reason? Anyone knows? Yeah, what could be the reason of sitting on such asan?
Mataji, to make it more comfortable.
Ma'am, because Mataji, because insects repel it.
Yes. Who answered
Because
it?
it is insect repellent.
Yes, Bhakti Mataji, exactly. That is the reason. That reptiles and snake, they goes away. They cannot come near to the deer skin, and that means there will be no more danger. So at this time, in this age, Kali, where we are going to find the skin first, right? To find the skin, and then you sit on such kind of postures, like take them straight, and for a long time, it's not possible for us. So, like we can fix in Krishna form, but we can't fix our mind in chakras and on that the air and everything, counting our breath, like not counting our breath, but how it's going and coming. So much things. So because there is so much distraction, so much distractions around us. So 6.11 to 12, it refute so-called yoga societies in big cities. Like big cities do not offer such circumstances as expected here for yoga practice, right? What big cities offer you? They can open a nice gym for you, or they can, ask you that we are having this yoga classes. You come and join this yoga classes. So this can happen, but not such kind of yoga system which Krishna is talking about here. So because one who is not self-controlled and disturbed in mind cannot practice meditation. And we know that there is all the time distraction around us. So Srila Prabhupada concludes, therefore the best means of spiritual realization in Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name. And celibacy, to help one completely abstain from sex indulgence in work, words, and mind at all times, under all circumstances, and in all places. So, when we see the Bhakti Yoga, the strict celibacy is a must for Gyan and Dhyan schools. But only in Bhakti school, the conception of householder brahmacharya is allowed, right? Householder brahmacharya means? Yes, Madhun.
Like Mataji, they are in Grahastha ashram, but they are living and acting like the brahmacharya, like controlling their senses. Like not
Controlling
Brahmedi, but
this.
Grahastha.
Yeah, exactly. By being a grahastha, not grahamedi. So, cult of Bhakti Yoga is so powerful that one automatically loses sexual attraction, being engaged in the superior services of the Lord and experiences higher taste. It was discussed in Bhagavad Gita 2.59. विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिन रसवर्जं रसोप्यस्य param दृष्ट्वा निर्वर्तते. So when we are doing Krishna bhakti, so there is only desire to have that rasa of like being a dasa rasa, having that dasa rasa, the serving attitude, and not uh, you know gratifying our senses. Like, and uh, in bhakti yoga we see that sometimes we don't need any particular place to sit and chant. We can chant anywhere, right? We can be in meditation anywhere. We don't need a separate place for that. It's good that we must chant our rounds in the morning time in a neat and clean place where we can be more attentive in hearing the harinam and try to be fixed uh, in Krishna, in the name. And but there is also possibility that in bhakti yoga only we can chant anywhere, either we in the market or we are in the railway station, or anywhere we can chant. We can continuously keep on chanting Lord's name, so there is no restriction. But yes, for uh, to chant attentively we need a place, and that can be any place, but we should be attentive. So from 6.11 to 14 we see that being vigata bhi means fearless. So it is a very important quality to practice ashtanga yoga, because one cannot be fearless unless one is fully in Krishna consciousness. First thing. Okay, do you know any example who was fearless in our shastras? Any devotee who was fearless? Yes, Madhun.
Mataji, Prahlad Maharaj.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Bhakti Mataji.
Arjun and Prahlad Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj.
Okay, yes, exactly. Yes, Natik.
Mataji, Mirabai.
She was also fearless. No fear of the Rajpat or the people, what they'll think. Yes, Hansa Mataji.
Mataji, Sudama.
Sudama and the other Gopals. Do you remember that, when Agasur came, the snake, they were fearless. They thought it's a cave and they were going inside because they know, they used to go anywhere because they know that Krishna is there. They had no fear. So they went inside the Agasur in its mouth. So because they know that Krishna is there to protect us. So they are fearless. Hansa Mataji, you wanted to add something? Okay. So what is the cause of fear? Forgetfulness of one's eternal relationship with Krishna. 11.2.37 in Srimad Bhagavatam says, Bhayam Dvaiti ya bhi nahi Kshitasya. Bhayam द्वितीय भीनिवेशता स्यात् ईशात् अपेतस्य विपर्ययो स्मृति तन्मायतो बुध आभजेत तम भक्त्यै Bhaktyaikayesham Guru Devatatma. Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as a material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, whom he should accept as his worshipable deity and as his very life and soul. So, we should follow this path. We should follow Krishna consciousness. We should take a shelter of a guru. We should be in association of devotees. The more and more we learn, we heard about Krishna, the more and more we'll be fearless, because our mind will be absorbed in Krishna. And when Krishna is there, no one can dare to touch us. So, okay, so celibacy is must for Gyan and Dhyana schools, but only schools which allow Grasta Brahmachari concept is Krishna consciousness. And in Ashtanga Yoga, you need to sit in a proper, straight posture and, vision on top of the nose, but no such specifications for Krishna consciousness. And fearlessness. Fearlessness comes when you are fully Krishna conscious, because this is the only basis for fearlessness. And in 6.13 and 14, to see Vishnu Murti, object of yoga practice in the heart and expansion of Krishna only. The devotee always sees Krishna everywhere. Can anyone read the translation of 13 and 14? Yes, Natik.
One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life.
So, no such specifications are there in Krishna consciousness, because Krishna in the heart of every living entity indicated by Matchita and Matparaha in 6.14. Yes. Manaha Sanyamya Matchita Matchito Yukta Asita Matparaha. So Krishna in the heart of every living entity. So there is no need of fear. And Krishna is our ultimate goal. In the purport, you will see that Vishnu Murti. The Vishnu Murti means in the heart, an expansion of Krishna. That is Paramatma. So the yogis, they try to see that form and meditate on it. So in 6.15, Yunjanevam sadatmanam yogi nitya niyatta manasa shantim nirvana paramam matsam samstham adigachati. Read the translation. Yes, Hansa Mataji.
Thus, practicing control of the body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalist attains to the kingdom of God or the abode of Krishna by cessation of material existence.
So this yoga is for regulating the mind, to control the mind. And Ashtanga Yoga is not meant for health improvement, material facilities, some kind of gymnastic feats, yeah, magical jugglery, or entering into void. It's not like that. So uh, in the purport, you will see that description of Param Dham. In the second paragraph. So, like this is the description of Param Dhama, means supreme abode, place where there is no need of sun, moon, and electricity. Because in 15.6, you will see that Krishna is telling Arjuna that my abode is, there is no sun, no moon, no electricity. Then how that there will be like light? If there is no sun, moon, then yes, Madhavan.
Krishna's
Because Krishna's Tanti is like the sun and the moon.
Yes, the effulgence which is coming from Krishna. So the Lord, although residing always in Goloka, is the all-pervading Brahma and localized Paramatma. Brahma Samhita 5.37, Goloka Eva. And the qualification to reach the kingdom of God, that is for any yogi through proper understanding of Krishna's position and his plenary expansion Vishnu. One can overcome the path of birth and death only by understanding the supreme personality of Godhead. Shwetra Upanishad 3.8. So in Ashtanga Yoga, this 6.15 tells us that, seizing all material existence. And what devotee do? Devotee is perfect yogi because he always absorbed in Krishna's service and has perfect understanding of Krishna. And kingdom of God achieved only by one in perfect understanding of Krishna. Let's read 6.16. Nati ashnatas yutu yogosti nachaikantam anashnata nachati swapna shilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. Yes, Hansamataji. I would like that everyone today read the translation. Whichever shlokas are left, everyone should participate to read the translation.
There is no possibility of one's becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough.
So, regulation of diet and sleep is recommended herein for the yogis, right? So the quantity, yogis should eat only what is required to keep body and soul together. And like anything more is too much eating. And what about the devotees? Devotees eats only limited, right? They eat prasad, they eat limited, they fast according to the scriptural injunctions, and no artificial, concocted fasting. Devotees never fast like this. They only fast according to the scriptural injunctions. And the quality of the food, like for the Ashtang yogis, that only food in goodness, food must be offered in yagya, otherwise one eats only sin, as it is given in Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Baki, no meat eating, intoxication is not allowed. So the devotees' quality is they eat only Krishna Prasadam, 9.26. In 9.26, Bhagwan Krishna says that, you can offer vegetables, flowers, fruits, grains, milk, anything with love to me, with devotion. So I accept that. And the remnants, whatever the, given by Krishna, that is prasad for us. So the devotees eat that only. And if one sleeps, okay, for the Ashtang yogis, the sleeping pattern is like, if one sleep more than 6 hours, that means he's lazy and dreaming. And the devotees in Krishna consciousness, they follow avyartha kalatvam. 6 point. Okay, let's read the 17 and 18. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheta cheshtasya कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्न वबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Yes, Natik.
He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system.
So, as we discussed, that there are certain rules for sleeping pattern, for eating pattern, and for the devotees, we see that they are avyartha kalatvam. Means a Krishna conscious person cannot bear to pass a minute of his life without being engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, his sleeping is kept to a minimum. His ideal in this respect is Srila Rupa Goswami, who always engaged in the service of Krishna and who could not sleep more than 2 hours a day, and sometimes not even that. And Thakur Haridas, who would not even accept prasadam, not even sleep for a moment without finishing his rounds. A daily routine of chanting with his beads 300,000 names. So can someone read this last lines of the 17th purport? Yes, Bhakti Mataji.
Mataji, last line from where, like from which
Like
paragraph?
from the where I've just stopped, na, that his beats 300,000 names as far as work is concerned. Last seventh line of the
As far as
purport.
work is concerned, a Krishna conscious person does not do anything which is not concerned with Krishna's interest, and thus his work is always regulated and is untainted by sense gratification. Since there is no question of sense gratification, there is no material leisure for a person in Krishna consciousness. And because he is regulated in all his work, speech, sleep, wakefulness, and all other bodily activities, there is no material misery for him.
So this shows that he works only for Krishna. There is no desire for sense gratification. And when there is no desire for sense gratification, because we have seen that miseries come when our desires are fulfilled. So there is only desire for Krishna satisfaction. Therefore, no material pain or the material miseries come to in his path. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanyeva evavatiष्ठते nispraha sarva kamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada. Read the translation. Yes, Shatabi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in the transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be a well established in yoga.
So you see that in 6.16 and 17, the importance of regulated lifestyle is given, like balancing one's eating, sleeping, recreation, and work. So regulating of body is essential in spiritual life, and it provides peacefulness and a fit body conducive for spiritual life. And the diet is given, and that don't sleep too much or too little. These all are the regulations, regulation and habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work in yoga mitigates all material sufferings. Yes, Madhvan, you have raised your hand.
Mataji, I have a question that can a devotee be lazy in matters of sleep?
He shouldn't be. He should not be. He should be active all the time because he has to do a lot of services. So that's why the devotee shouldn't be a lazy. So, okay, which 6 things can destroy our bhakti? Yes, Madhavan.
Mataji Updesh Amrit Shilota number 2 Atyahara Prayasasya like eating too much, saving too much, Prajalp Dosip Niyamadra too much rules. Niyamadra Janasandas means for the meaning of Janasandas, and Lolya means like lalach. This is
Yes,
things.
exactly. So, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha lolyam cha shadbir bhakte vinashyati. So these are the uh, 6 things. If you are going to do, then you are going to destroy your bhakti. So once devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the 6 kind of activities: eating more than necessary, collecting more than required, and you are working very hard for the mundane things, and talking unnecessarily about it's like gossip and all the prajalpa, and practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them, not for the sake of spiritual advancement. Like, bhai, my mother was used to do this, so I'm also following this, just the sake of following them, not for the sake of advancement, spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. And the fifth thing is associating with the worldly minded person who are not interested in Krishna consciousness and being greedy for mundane achievements. So we better stay away from such things. You know, if we think about the animals, uh, animals can, they are better than us in eating and sleeping, right? Because they're animals. And if we see that, animals also sleep, mate, defend, and they also fear. And sorry, sleeping, mating, defending, and eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Okay, these are the 4 things. So if we see that the pig can eat anything, anywhere, right? And the animals, we see that usually animals sleeps more than humans. You can see the dog would be sleeping on the road for a long time, like for so many hours. But nowadays, we also see that the men, the human beings also, they also sleep for very long time, like for 12 hours, 14 hours, they are sleeping. So it shouldn't be like that. For a bhakta, he should maximum have a sleep of like 6 hours. If we see the Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur, they were not caring about their sleep and their eating habits. They were, only after doing bhakti. So we cannot follow them 100% in a way that we cannot just have a 2 hours sleep or that. Okay, that's fine, but we shouldn't sleep for long hours like the dogs do, and we should not eat everything anywhere like the hogs do. And there is one animal, the polar bear, who sleeps more than 6 months, right? And if we see the animals, uh, uh, you know the lion, the deer, they can chase so fast in defending themselves. Like, we can see the deer, we can see the dog sometimes, they chase so fast, they run so fast in defending. So what is the differentiate, which thing differentiate humans from animals? Yes, Madhavan.
Mataji, because we animals don't have a mind and we have a mind.
That's the thing, they have the senses, but they are less intelligent than the humans. But one more thing is there, dharam. Yes, Bhakti Mataji.
We can differentiate between what is right and what is wrong or what is good for us. Like consciousness matters, no?
Yeah, that is right. That's true. But if we see that, the animals also do the same things which we do, but one thing that animals can't do, that is bhakti, that is dharam. They can't do that. That is the one which differentiate men from the animals. So from 6.10 to 17, Krishna described it how to meditate. And now Krishna is going to describe the perfect stage of Ashtanga Yoga in 18 and 19. So a yogi becomes perfect when his consciousness remains perfect in the self. Read the translation of 18 and 19. Madhavan, you read 18 and okay. Wait, Madhavan. Komal Mataji, you read 18th, and Bhakti Mataji, you read 19th translation, shloka translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. When the yogi by practice of yoga discipline his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga.
Bhakti Mataji.
Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
As a lamp in a windless space does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self.
So the criteria for perfection of yoga is all mental activities are disciplined and they are situated in transcendence, free of all material desires. These are the three things. These are the criteria, because their mental activities are disciplined. They are situated in transcendence and they are free from all material desires. So how this like freedom from material desires come? This is the distinguishing characteristic of a yogi and ordinary man. When we see, especially okay, so there is Amresh Maharaj. His characteristics is given here because in purport you will see that Srila Prabhupada is given a nice shloka Bhagavatam 9.4.18 to 29. How Amresh Maharaj used all his senses, everything for Krishna's service. This is how the material, like freedom is automatic, easy, and practical. This is a very easy way, easy process. Because a person he engages all his senses in the service of the Lord. So the example of Amresh Maharaj is given here, that his mind was attached to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. His tongue was used to talk about Krishna only. He used his hands to clean temple. Ears used to hear Krishna Katha. Eyes used to see Krishna. His body, he used to embrace the devotees with his body. And he was, he smelled the flowers offered to Krishna. And the tulsi offered to Krishna was tasted by him. And he, used to go to the temples. He used his legs to go to the temple. So here it is said that desired free from material pleasures. In Bhagavatam, the ears who do not hear Krishna Katha, they are compared to what? Anyone knows? The ears are like, which do not hear Krishna Katha, they are like the yes, Bhakti Mataji.
The snake's bill, we can say.
Yes, the hole in which the snake lives.
Oh,
Because if,
yes.
yes, because what it is like, like those. Because what will happen? The snake will come and bite you if you try to just put your hand. And the tongue, which do not takes Lord's name, it's compared to the frog's croak croak, like the sound which he, the frog sound, the croak sound. So which attracts the snake. What happens? Because the frog, all the times he do tur 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 tur, which attracts the snake, and the snake will come and eat it. And the eyes which do not have darshan of Krishna, what happens to them? They like, not happens to them, but they are compared to the eyes that the peacock feathers. Have you seen the peacock feathers? They look like, the design look like the eyes, right? But the peacock cannot see from them. So in Bhagavatam, the eyes are compared to those eyes which are on peacock's feather, and the head which do not bow down, while offering your obeisances. So that head is like a head of a dead man, because the dead cannot move. And those who do not walk towards temple, who do not go to the temple or any spiritual place, they are like the trees, because the tree cannot move. So if no senses we use, like if there is no use of sense for Krishna bhakti, then all senses are useless. Okay, so from 20 to 23rd shloka, there's a realization of yogi in perfection. Yatra paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahayam atindriyam veti yatra na chaivayam स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते तं विद्या दुःख संयोग वियोगं योग संगितम. Read the translation. Yes, Madhavan.
Hare Krishna. In the stage of perfection, called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaking, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact.
So, the happiness, this is a realization of the yogi in perfection. He experiences the boundless transcendental happiness by direct experience of soul and super soul within the heart, because he's fixed in meditation, so he can see the super soul, and he feels this happiness in himself, and he's fixed up, like one's focus never departs from truth. Highest gain, what is that highest gain? One thinks no greater gain is possible. And unshaken, one remains unshaken even amidst greatest difficulties, and freedom, free from all miseries arising from material contact. So in the purport, you will see that primary characteristic of yoga principle is one become gradually detached from material concept. This is the primary characteristic of yoga principle, that he's going to be detached from material concepts. And what is actual samadhi? The yogi realizes the super soul through transcendental mind and intelligence. And do you know that there is a transcendental pleasure also in Krishna consciousness? This happiness is also in Krishna consciousness. Anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purna amrita swadanam. So in Krishna consciousness, a devotee is all the time in Anandam. He's happy, his buddhi, his intelligence, because everything is uh, fixed in Krishna. So he is attaining that happiness, that transcendence. So Sri Prabhupada writes in purport, we understand and soul and super soul individual identities as we are the part and parcel of Krishna. So this concept of oneness with the Supreme, who used this concept? Oneness with the Supreme. Yes, Madhavan.
Shankaracharya Mataji.
Mayavad philosophy. Yes, the philosophy is that. You're right. Of oneness, that I am God, you are God. So, oneness is the Mayavad thing. But oneness for Krishna consciousness, what does it mean? Because you'll see that in the purport, according to Patanjali, this Kaivalyam is an internal or transcendental potency by which a living entity becomes aware of his constitutional position. So the concept of oneness for Krishna conscious person is, that means they are one in, what is the concept?
Mataji, one in quality.
Yes, for Krishna consciousness person, the oneness means one in quality, like Krishna, and seeing Krishna everywhere and everything. That is oneness. That because Krishna is present everywhere and he is in everything. Everywhere Krishna is. Yogi, once situated in a position transcendental to all mundane pleasures, is never shaken from it. Without reaching this position, yoga is unsuccessful. Today's so-called yoga practice, which involves various sense pleasures, is contradictory. Example, yogi indulging in sex and intoxication. Yogis attracted by any of the byproducts of yoga, like siddhis, cannot attain the stage of perfection. Do you know, with the help of the meditation, there are certain siddhis one can gain. One can, have those siddhis by meditation. They are called ashta siddhis. Anyone know about such siddhis? Yes, Madhavan.
Mataji, just know about Arima, Landhima, like, are
Anima.
they
Yes.
include in the cities?
Yes. There are 8 siddhis. 8 siddhis like Anima, Anima, Mahima, Lagima, Garima, and Prapti, etc., etc. There are, 8 kind of siddhis. So, some, when they meditate, so they receive such kind of siddhis, in which, just a minute. Hare Krishna, Mama. Class khatam. Okay. So, yeah, these are 8 kind of siddhis. The Krishna conscious person, the devotee, is not interested in such kind of siddhis. But yes, those who meditate, sometimes in meditation you gain these siddhis also. So what these siddhis do, like someone can become smaller than a small, like smaller than the smallest. One can become, the tallest than the taller person, and can gain the weight, can lose the weight, can become, वो क्या कहते हैं, like हल्का हो जाना, भारी हो जाना, these kind of things. So, or to fulfill their desires, some kind of siddhis, magical powers, etc etc, ऐसा कुछ ये सब जो है वो सिद्धीज होती हैं. So what is samadhi? But the devotee only wants Krishna bhakti. He is not interested in such kind of things like yogi is situated in a position transcendental to all mundane pleasure, is never shaken from it. Without reaching this position, yoga is unsuccessful. Yoga will be successful when he is going to attend the samadhi, when complete absorption is there, when he's completely absorbed in the Supreme Lord, in the Super Soul. And yes, the conclusion: Krishna consciousness is the best yoga. One gets full happiness in his occupation and does not aspire after any other happiness. One make best use of the bad bargain. He meets bodily demands without arousing sensual pleasures. And one is always alert to his Krishna conscious duties. As Srila Prabhupada says, stay high forever. Remember, we also talked about this yesterday. Stay high forever. Hippies used to take drugs, right? And next day, they again needed the same thing to stay high. But Srila Prabhupada says that you stay high forever by doing bhakti. You are going to have the highest pleasure by doing Krishna's bhakti, by engaging your senses in Krishna's services. So, okay, what will fate of unsuccessful yogi? What will be the fate of unsuccessful yogis? Hare Krishna, excuse me. Okay. So, unsuccessful yogi. Okay. So let's read 6.24 and then. Okay. So the samadhi, what will be the fate of unsuccessful yogi? Let's complete this and then we'll start the 6.24. So unsuccessful yogis, do you know that if someone is doing is following this yoga system process, and if he's going to be unsuccessful, he hasn't reached to that absorption process, stage, or that samadhi stage, then what will happen? Yes, Hansa Mataji.
Mataji, they are born into families of righteous Brahmins.
Yes. Krishna explains that they will take birth in aristocratic family, rich family, or Brahman family. You are right, Mataji. Thank you. So, and they will start from where they stopped this yoga process. So, sometimes, but being in a rich family also, Maya can, Maya's covering can take charge. So unless one is, one does not meet a devotee, so the progress is not possible. Not possible means that it's not going to get so fast like when one meets a devotee. So Shilupad said that children, that the children devotees in the temple we see, they are the Vaikut children, because they were devotees in their previous births and now they have come again to continue where they stopped in their life. So one doing Ashtanga Yoga to reach Samadhi will take a lot of time, right? It is not possible in one life. All yogis lead to Bhakti Yoga ladder, we know, right? I shared the yoga ladder And it says that all the yogas will lead to the bhakti yoga. So if they stop in a way, somehow they will get a chance in next life to become a devotee. And this samadhi means mind absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So any devotee you remember who is fixed in samadhi, whose mind was in fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, he was not disturbed by the surroundings. Any devotee's name come in your mind?
Haridas Thakur.
Yes. Haridas Thakur was not at all disturbed by the surroundings, by others. He was not even disturbed uh, by the prostitute who came and who came with some other motives, but became a devotee with the association of Haridas Thakur. Yes, Madhavan. Any other example comes in your mind?
Mataji, I forgot the name of the sage. You told it like who like they was disturbed by in the land, so he thought to the water and he saw the two fishes.
Sabrimuni. So
Yes.
Sabrimuni, but he was not in fixed in samadhi, no? He got distracted. So someone who was fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Yes, uh, Jaydev Prabhu, you raised your hand. Okay. So yes, Hansa Mataji.
Mataji, gopis.
Yes, gopis. And even like we just had example, gopis are they are on the very high level. They are that's true, they are the devotees of the uh, the primary devotees, the main devotees of Krishna. Yes, Jiva Goswami Prabhu.
Mataji, from the example should be given from Chaitanya Prabhu's times or the present example we can give?
From anywhere from the Shastras.
We have Gopal Bhattu Goswami, and we have Narottam
Yes.
Goswami, Narottam Das Goswami. And the recent times,
Yes.
we have many Srila Prabhupada's disciples who had everything, who were millionaires, family of the from millionaires family, but they left everything and joined Srila Prabhupada's movement, like Ambarish Prabhu, and there are many other examples too,
Yes,
who are
exactly.
not
There are
just
many. Yes, there are many devotees. Thank you, Prabhu. There are many devotees who were, constantly in transcendence, who were absorbed in Krishna bhakti, and they were not disturbed by anything, their surroundings. Like we can also see the example of Prahlad Maharaj. There was so much disturbance in surrounding by his father, but he was totally absorbed in Krishna bhakti. Even just like in our previous shloka, the example of Amresh Maharaj was given. Chitraketu Maharaj, he got the curse from Parvati Ma, but their faith was unshaken. Their faith was determined. So, 6.24. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon without exception all material desires born of mental speculation and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind. So this is not possible actually, that one has no desire, right? There are desires in everyone's heart, in everyone's mind, but Srila Prabhupada says that, yes, Srila Prabhupada used to say that only the stones are like they have no desires, they does not have desire, but everyone has desire. So devotees desires are purified and diverted to Krishna. So here it says practice of yoga with determination and faith. Okay, so in 6.24 and 25, the methods to attain the professional stage, yoga rudha. So practice in the yoga rudha stage, advanced stage of Ashtanga yoga, the first thing is the patience. We just read in this shloka that one must have the faith and must be determined, so not to deviate from the path. So patience, for this patience, Srila Prabhupada used one famous analogy during Srila Prabhupada's lecture in Los Angeles, February 17, 1969. Srila Prabhupada was giving lecture on Bhagavad Gita 6.16 to 24. He stated that the analogy, a girl is married, she wants to have a child, right? If she thinks that now I'm married, I must have a child immediately. So is it possible? No. She must have the patience and faith. So this is the analogy Srila Prabhupada used for the faith and patience. And the other thing, determination. You will find the example given of the sparrow and the Garud. This is the example for determination. Like the sparrow was so tiny, and she laid the eggs near this ocean, and the ocean just carried away the eggs. So the sparrow became upset, and what she decided, she said that I'm going to dry this ocean if it's not going to give my eggs back to me. She tried, although it was impossible. It was, no one can imagine that the sparrow can dry up the ocean, but because of her, like, its determination, what happened, the Garuda helped her to get back her eggs from the ocean. And the third thing, without deviation, like in the purport only, like Bhakti Yoga, regarding the Bhakti Yoga, Rupa Goswami says, Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya Tat Karma Pravartanat Sanga Tyagar Sato Vrite Shadbir Bhakti Prasidhyati. So this shows that one should be determined and should not deviate from its path, should not deviate from the courage he has to engage in the services of the Lord. And because Krishna is a reservoir of pleasure and all happiness, Akhila Rasa Amrita Murti, nectar of Rasas Murti. So when a person has complete faith and is determined, then Krishna, because he's a reservoir of pleasure, he is going to give everything to his devotees, whatever they, he preserves what they have, and he gives them to that whatever they are lack of. So if we have faith in bhakti process, it's good. But suppose if we don't have the faith in the bhakti process, but we are somehow following it, then also it will work. It's like a child who just ate the tablet for like the paracetamol. Suppose you would think that Mataji always give this one example, paracetamol, because I can't give you the prescription of antibiotics, no? So this paracetamol is very easy to understand. All right. So the child will take the tablet. He has no knowledge of it, but it will work for the child. And if a person who has complete knowledge, suppose he is he's working in some pharmacy, or maybe he's a doctor, suppose he has complete knowledge of it, then both will get the same result, right? The paracetamol will work for both. So similarly, this Krishna Bhakti, if one is following this process, initially maybe someone has no faith, but if he has just started it, then it is going to show its colors. It's going to show the transcendental nature of the Harinam, if you're going to start it, if you're going to start the chanting. So we know the 9 stages of bhakti. So the first one is the Shraddha, right? The Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anarth Nivritti. So the first stage is Shraddha. We must have faith. We must have faith. We must be determined. Okay, with the faith only, we go towards the Nishtha. To be determined, to have complete, to be fixed. But the first thing is the Shraddha. So 6.24 to 25. Okay. So in yoga, actual samadhi is complete meditation. But in Krishna consciousness, samadhi means complete absorption in, yes, in Krishna. 6.26. So this is a success formula in yoga. Yato yato nishchalati manish chanchalam asthiram tatas tato niyam yetad atmanyeva vasham nayet. Can anyone read this? Yes, Anila Mataji.
From wherever the mind wanders due to the flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self.
So we know that the mind is flickering and unsteady. He cannot, like, mind cannot remain at one place, because we see in Bhagavad Gita only, Arjuna came for fight, but like he was fixed. He wanted to fight, but when he came, what happened? His mind just, because of unsteadiness, he changed his mind. No, I don't want to fight. He gave the reasons. He gave the arguments. And now again, what will happen after hearing Bhagavad Gita? He's going to fight. So this is our mind, which always, goes up and down. And I think you must remember yesterday we understood it with the example of a genie, that how you can trick the genie. So similarly here, in a yoga system, we must have control on mind and senses. So it also happened with us. We do the 10 offenses of chanting, because while chanting we are not attentive. This is the biggest offense, that we must be attentive while chanting. So what we can do, we can trick our mind by asking it to hear each and every mantra properly. And sometimes also you can do, sometimes what devotees do, they think that, okay, let's do these 4 rounds very attentively. And after that, whatever is coming in my mind, whatever the thoughts are coming, then I will do that. Okay, mind, I will follow your instructions. Okay, mind, I will hear you. But first, what you do, just let's give it a chance. Just do 4 chanting like rounds without going here and there, without distraction. So we can trick our mind by asking to hear like each mantra properly. And when you hear when you hear this mantra, your attention will increase. That is the power of mantra. And our acharyas and our the senior, not senior, but the sincere Vaishnavas do this way. They chant loudly, so this way they can hear the words, hear the mantra. So mind is flickering, we cannot control them like the Goswamis do, but still, no matter we are at the lowest position, but keep on trying. So this way we can trick the mind. So 6.27, it's the highest perfection. The yogis, okay. Ashwari Mataji, read this translation.
Hare Krishna. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reaction to past debts.
Okay, so this is a Brahma Bhuta platform. 6.27 means realizing Atma. Brahma Bhuta platform, whatever they get, they know, like for the devotees, whatever they get, they think this is Krishna's mercy. Either it gives pleasure, I mean it gives it is beneficial for you, or you think that it is giving misery to us. The devotee consider it mercy of Krishna. And even the disturbances, a lot of sufferings, the disturbances come, he thinks that is fine, because Krishna want me to stay in such circumstances. I'm happy in that only, because that is Krishna has decided, because Krishna has better plans than me. That is Brahma Bhuta platform. because he knows that whatever he has that belongs to Krishna, whatever is given to me that by Krishna, that is his mercy. And if he's going to take it back, that is also fine, because that is Krishna's mercy. So in 6.28, who's going to read the translation? Yes, Shatabi Mataji.
Thus, the self controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord.
So here, this is a Brahma samsprasha platform, means being in constant touch with the supreme Paramatma realization, like knowing that I'm the part and parcel of Krishna, and the super soul, the supreme Lord in the form of Paramatma is in my heart with me always. Turn on this. Not working. So, devotees value bhakti more than anything. Devotees dedicate their life um, because they know that Krishna reciprocates with them. If they are giving their 50%, if they are, trying to please Krishna, then Krishna will reciprocate with them in the same way. And it's like that, this is my hand. I use my hand to serve the body. How? I feed my mouth. I cook the things for myself, suppose. So my hand do a lot of things because it's a part of the body. It serves body. So if it is going to be separated, then it becomes useless. So similarly, if we will be separated from Krishna, we will be useless. And we know that Krishna maintains everything and everyone. So this is the platform where the yogi thinks that, like, he can be in constant touch with the Supreme Lord. He knows that I'm the part and parcel of Krishna. So from 29 to 30, vision of a perfect yogi, like, sees Krishna's presence as super soul in everyone's heart. The first realization, like in the 28th shloka, he achieves the highest stage of perfection, happiness in transcendental loving service of the Lord. Like, he knows that I'm the part and parcel of Krishna. And now in 29 to 30, he sees Krishna's presence in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. So perfect yogi see Krishna in everyone. Either it's a dog, or like a Brahman. He sees Krishna in everyone. Okay. Can anyone read this 29 translation? Yes, Hansa Mataji.
A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized man sees me everywhere.
Okay. Abhiram Prabhu, can you read the 30th verse? 30th translation.
For one who sees me for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
So, do you know we discussed about the types of devotee? There are 3 types of devotee. Among those, who is the one who has such kind of consciousness, who sees Krishna's presence in everyone's heart? Yes, Madhavan.
Uttamadhitari Mataji.
Yes, Uttamadhikari sees Krishna in everyone's heart. That is why he's, he sees everyone equally, and the bhav for everyone is equal, because he knows that Krishna is in everyone's heart. So either that is ant or an elephant. And one more analogy comes here, because Krishna is everyone's heart and Krishna knows everything. So the analogy of citizen and king or government? Anyone knows about it? That a citizen or a person knows about?
Duty.
Yes, Madhavan.
Mataji, that citizens only know about their surroundings, but the government knows about the whole city.
Okay. So the citizen knows about the property or the land, the patch of a land he owns, but the government knows about all the lands. So Krishna knows about everyone, everything, because he is in everyone. And devotee never want uh, a Sayojya Mukti. Do you know what is Sayojya Mukti? It's the lowest Mukti. There are 5 kinds of Mukti. Anyone knows about it? Yes, Madhavan.
Merging into the Lord, Mataji.
Yes. Merging into the Supreme, into the Lord. Yes, Jivas Goswami Prabhu.
The lowest is Sayuja, then Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, and Sarshti.
Yes.
I'm wrong with the numbering, but these are the 5.
Yes, these are the 5. So the lowest one is Sayojya, becoming one in the Brahma, and the other, the Samipya, Sarupya, Salokya, and Sashti. So, like Sarupya means having the same form as Lord. Salokya means uh, going into the same loka where Supreme Lord is, and uh, Samipya means having the, like, being the associate of Krishna, like Krishna's friends, the Gopas and the Yashoda Maya and the friends, like become the associates of Krishna. And the Sashti means having the same opulences as Krishna has, the 6 opulences. But the devotee doesn't want these muktis. Then what devotee want? Yes, Madhavan.
The Lord Vrindavan Dham.
Devotee wants, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Yes, Komal Mataji.
Krishna Bhakti. Do
Krishna
something
Bhakti.
always Krishna.
Yes. So, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Mama Janmani Janmanishwara Bhavatat Bhaktir Ahitukitve. Want bhakti, like janm after janm, like life after life, I want to be your servant, want to serve you, Krishna. So, devotee is like a fish out of water. He wants to live, he can't live without Krishna. He wants to live with Krishna, serving Krishna. So 6.31 to 32, the actions of a perfect yogi, that how a yogi sees the super soul. Okay. Can anyone read this 31 and 32? And then there is one group exercise we are going to do. Yes, Hansa Mataji, you read 31, and Komal Mataji, read 32.
The yogi who knows that I and the super soul within all creatures and one worship me and remains always in me in all circumstances.
Mataji read. Okay, yes. All right. And Komal Mataji, read the 32nd.
He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true equality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjuna.
So, like, sun is one, but we can see the reflection of sun in water, pond, lake, everywhere, right? In a well. Krishna is one, right? Krishna is one. Guru is one. Tattva, Guru Tattva is one. But we know Krishna is one, but he is present in everyone. So when devotee see like this, that Krishna is, everywhere, he's in everyone. So that is the that is how the devotee see. Actually, he sees Krishna in everyone. And there is no difference between a Krishna conscious person engaged in transcendental service of Krishna and a perfect yogi engaged in meditation on the super soul. So there is no difference, because they both see super soul in them, right? A devotee see that Krishna, being the Paramatma, is inside, and that transcendental, the yogi, the perfect yogi, how he see during his meditation, he sees that the super soul is here inside me. So yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities that, like in material world, but remains always situated in Krishna. How? A yogi in Krishna consciousness, because we know that the perfect yogi who is doing this Ashtanga yoga, he is engaged in meditation. That is why he can see the super soul, and he is the perfect yogi. But a person, a devotee in Krishna consciousness, how he is a yogi in Krishna consciousness? Like how we call him yogi? He's engaged in various activities. Yes, Natik. Oh, yes, Neela Mataji, go ahead.
Sorry, Mataji, I was unable to raise my hand. Actually, Mataji, he is always keeping Krishna in the center point. So whatever activities he is doing, a devotee is doing, so that will be considered as a yoga or.
Yes, exactly. Because he is doing activities for Krishna's pleasure only, not for his self gratification. So that is why he remains always situated in Krishna. So, the devotees who are liberated, yeah. So, devotees like those who are doing bhakti, uh, they can fall from bhakti and left. Like we may see the many devotees who initially come, they join the Krishna consciousness, they come to ISKCON temple, they are very happy, they feel the transcendence and all, but something happened and they go away. So who stayed? Only those who are determined. So those who are determined can stay. And what, like it is said that they are determined. So which thing keep them in bhakti? Through which thing they are connected, they are determined? How they remain determined? Yes, Madhavan?
Mataji, if like I have a question that if someone is in bhakti for 40 or 30 years, but then he falls down from the bhakti, so what does that mean?
That means he was not determined. That means his faith was shaken, right? The nishtha was not there. That could be the reason. Yes, Komal Mataji.
माता जी, आज कथा में प्रभु जी ने ये भी बताया था कि एक रीज़न ये भी होता है कि अगर कोई हमसे वैष्णव अपराध हो जाता है तो हमारी भक्ति में फॉल डाउन होता है. दैट्स व्हाई
Yes,
फॉल डाउन.
yes, that is also a reason. But when you are continuously doing chanting and the devotees association, and you apologize for whatever you have done, the apradhas you have done, then the Vaishnavas are very kind. They can forgive you and you can regain that place. So, well, okay. So devotees are, they are determined, means they are following the process. If someone is following the process, they will remain determined, they will remain in that place. How? We see that when there's a tree, and if there is a raw mango, and that raw mango fall down, then what will happen? It is not going to be ripe, right? Pakega nahi. And if someone, like if the raw mango is still attached to um the tree, then what will happen? Then with the process, like because the tree is getting water, and the sun is giving the light, so what will happen? Slowly and gradually it will be a it will ripe. So we all are raw mangoes, but we are in the process of this Krishna consciousness. And what will happen? This is a process, and we will ripe one day. So, okay, as the shloka says, that 31 and 32, that they're in number. Yes, Natik?
Mataji, Neela Mataji said like Vaishnava Aparadha. So today at the Hyderabad ISKCON morning class, Shaman and Das, Krishnadas Prabhu told about that when we do a Vaishnava Aparadha, so many people are get offended, like the Panchabhuta, Krishna, that person, and many other things surrounded by us. Big Aparadha, we have to do 64 mala.
Yes, that is a kind of क्या कहते हैं उसे?
Atonement, prashchita.
Atonement. Yes, prashchit. Sahi. It's like that. So we should be very careful in doing such aparadh. Okay, so Krishna is in everyone's heart. Okay, and there is a nice like innumerable super souls. So how is it possible, innumerable super souls? Because Krishna expands himself, right? Do you remember any kind of Leela, anything where there are, Krishna expands him?
Where are true?
Yes, Mataji?
Where are true? Yeah.
No, super, innumerable super souls.
Brahma Vimohan Leela.
Yes.
Yes, Brahma Vimoha Leela. And anything else? Any other Leela?
Mataji, Ras Leela.
Yes, in the
Ras.
Ras Leela, Krishna expanded him. He was with
As
all the gopis. Yes,
as a
yes,
grasta as
Leela
well.
Mataji.
As a grasta as well, when Narad Muni came to see Krishna, that how
Yes,
he.
Krishna was with all the Ranis. Yes. So this is how we see that, Krishna is everywhere. Krishna expands him like a super soul in everyone's heart. He's everywhere. He's in everyone. And, his potencies are inconceivable. So we also know that, Krishna was very much there when Ashwatthama sent the Brahmastra in Uttara's womb. He saved the Parishad Maharaj by entering into Uttara's womb, like in the thumb size form. So Krishna was very much there, but because he can expand him, his potencies are inconceivable. So there are so many, the Leelas Krishna has. So 6.32 says that Krishna conscious person is a perfect yogi. A Krishna conscious person is the best philanthropist and dearest servitor of the Lord, because he tries to broadcast the importance of Krishna consciousness. And he's the best yogi because he does not desire perfection in yoga for his personal benefit, but tries for others. So there are two types of yogis, Bhajanandi and Ghoshanandi. So the Bhajanandi means that they are chanting and they are not preaching. You may see many Babas or the sannyasis, they sit at one place in the hut or something and they are chanting their rounds and everything. They don't come out, they don't talk to people. So they are Bhajanandis. And the Ghoshanandis means they preach others because they think for the benefits of others also. Like we have seen, like Sri Prabhupada, he took sannyas, but he went like every possible place to spread this Krishna consciousness, to give Krishna prem to everyone. So from 6.33 to 39, there is a necessity of controlling the mind. Okay. So in 33 shloka, Arjuna said, "Oh Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady." So here Arjun ne apne haath utha liye, he said that I am like, this is very impractical. Arjun rejected it. He's a great warrior, and he has focused buddhi, but no, he don't want to follow this one. So Arjun realized that Ashtanga yoga is not possible, and then how this Kalyug Jivas think that we can do this? So we should not go for Ashtanga yoga and waste our life. But what should we do? We should follow the Arjuna. Why? Because he follows the Bhakti yoga, and he became victorious. So 6.34 Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramathi balavat dridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayor ivasu dushkritam. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate and very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think it is more difficult than controlling the wind. So there is one exercise. We'll have 10 minutes for this exercise, and after that, we will conclude this chapter. The purpose of practicing Eightfold Yoga is to control the mind in order to make it a friend in discharging the human mission. The constitutional position of the living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. As long as one's mind remains an unconquered enemy, one has to serve the dictations of lust, anger, errors, illusion, etc. But when the mind is conquered, one voluntarily agrees to abide by the dictation of the personality of Godhead. For one who takes to Krishna consciousness directly, perfect surrender to the dictation of the Lord follows automatically. So see, this is the mind as a driver. Mind is a driver. If you ask your driver, please get me into Krishna consciousness temple, the driver will bring you here. And if you ask your driver, please get me in that liquor house, the driver will drive you there. The driver's business is to drive you wherever you like. Similarly, your mind is the driver. If you lose control, then wherever he likes, he will take you. Then you are gone. Then your driver is your enemy. But if your driver acts on your order, then he's your friend. Bhagavad Gita 6.225, Los Angeles, February 14, 1969. Sri Prabhupada says this. So 3.33 to 34. Okay, this. We have done this. We have to disturb them. So we have to disturb them. This is our duty. We have to disturb these envious persons. Hare Krishna. That is our duty, to disturb them. And that is the greatest service. Just like a man is sleeping and somebody is coming to kill him, and other friend, Mr. Such and such, wake up, wake up. So he may say, why you are disturbing me? But that is the greatest service. He'll be saved. Maya is coming to kill him, to send him to the darkest region of hell. And you are saving him. Chant Hare Krishna and be saved. Bhagavad Gita 3.18 to 30, Los Angeles, December 30, 1968. These are such a beautiful explanations by Srila Prabhupada to understand that how we can help others. How can we be, Ghosh Anandi, like how can we think about others' benefits also, not ours. Not only, I have completed my rounds, my 16 rounds are completed. I should help my friend also to, to let her come, like she also complete her 16 rounds. She also do bhakti. She also have that Krishna prem. Preaching is the best service. So Krishna conscious person cannot sit idly. He thinks that's such a nice philosophy of life. Why it should not be distributed? That is his mission. A yogi may be satisfied with his own elevation. He is sitting in a secluded place, practicing yoga, elevating himself to transcendental life. That is his personal concern. But a devotee is not satisfied simply elevating himself. We offer our respect to the Vaishnavas. Vaishnava kalpatru bhyascha. Or Vansha kalpatru bhyascha. So preaching is the best service. Therefore, the preacher devotee is the most dearest devotee of the Lord. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita. They are going outside. They are preaching. They are meeting opposing elements. Sometimes they are defeated, sometimes disappointed, sometimes able to convince. But that endeavor that I shall go and preach Krishna consciousness is the best service to the Lord. Bhagavad Gita 6.25 to 29, Los Angeles, February 18, 1969. Have you seen this example somewhere? Any, like the devotees, what they do sometimes, they get disappointed. Sometimes, someone insult them. With what actions? Yes, Mataji?
While distributing Bhagavad Gita.
Exactly. When they go out on the roads to distribute Bhagavad Gita, they face so many things. So the practice of yoga, especially bhakti yoga and Krishna consciousness, may appear to be very difficult job, but if anyone follows the principles with great determination, the Lord will surely help. For God helps those who help themselves. Okay, so the last slide, I think we have a question there in the last lesson. The role of the mind in yoga practice, 6.6. Ashtanga yoga practice, impractical of the modern age, how in Krishna conscious principles of Ashtanga yoga can be followed. Sri Prabhupada purports and lectures. So this is the classification or the distribution of the chapter. Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who is in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism? O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Bhagavad Gita 6.37 to 38. So have you seen this? Did you read this? This analogy given in 6.37. Okay, we have. Oh, all right. So let's read it here. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Because we, when there is a cloud and suppose that the part of the cloud is, somehow it, it's separated from the cloud, then what will happen? It cannot again join that cloud. So Arjun is asking about those yogis. By virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles even without seeking them. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that how it works then. Okay, so I'm looking for the question. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't find that question. Maybe it was there in the previous one. So this is a yoga ladder. Can anyone explain that what this ladder shows? Till that I find that question. Okay, this yoga ladder, I think, let me tell you that how this. Okay, so the karma kant is the lowest one, and then karma yoga, and then jnana yoga. What will happen when you have knowledge, when you attend the knowledge, the jnana, then you understand the Brahma. And then after the jnana yoga, when you comes to the dhyana yoga, then you meditate on the Paramatma. It's not for the devotees. Like the devotees initially knows that that the Supreme Lord has three features. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Satchit Ananda Vigraha. That means he is he's Brahma, he's Paramatma, and he is Bhagavan. So he only wants to have relationship with that Bhagwan feature. Why? Not only that, like Bhagwan feature, he understands that in Bhagwan feature, he can have the the direct connection with the Lord, the direct, he can, the Supreme Lord can reciprocate with him with in a relationship. So he can serve Krishna in some relationship. So that is why a devotee look towards the bhakti yoga, or to the Bhagwan feature. But the Brahma and Paramatma are also the the paths which are going to lead towards the Krishna. They are also the paths. It's not that it's someone is only doing it, but that is incomplete. So a devotee wants a complete knowledge, complete bhakti he wants to do. Okay, so this was the slide. I think we don't have much time to discuss or to have a group exercise, but yes, we can discuss it here only for a few minutes, and then we just come into the last part of the chapter 6. Stop sharing. So this is the question that read 6.33 and 34 discuss in pair how practical is this Ashtanga yoga is for modern age. So we have discussed it a lot. Can anyone tell me few points that how it is like, is it practical or impractical for us? And how this is practical for in today's age? Yes, Madhavan.
Mataji, may for like in my brain it is like it is impractical, because when Arjuna said like 500 years ago that Chanchalami Mana Krishna, that that I can control the wind but I can't control the mind. So how can we, the mundane people in the modern age, can handle the mind? So maybe it is impractical to do Ashtan Yod in this modern age.
Okay. Yes, Neelam Mataji. Right.
Same thing, Mataji. And this is Kali Yuga. During the Kali Yuga, when we are having so many distractions, so many things going on, so we can't focus on one thing. And especially if we are talking about Ashtang Yoga, in which there is proper posture required, and we have to sit on the deer skin, or we have to kushagas, and so many things are there. So we can't follow that trend in this Kali Yuga.
Yes. So this is the reason, because yes, Shatabi Mataji would like to hear from you.
Yes, Mataji, and also the mind which is restless, turbulent, as it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita 6.33 and 34. And controlling mind, it is very difficult, like in today's age.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So that is the reason that it is impractical for today's age. And what is practical for us? What is possible for today's Jiva?
Krishna Bhakti.
Yes, Krishna Bhakti.
And chanting Mataji, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said.
Yes, Natik.
Association with devotees.
Natik Prabhu, your internet was lagging, or mine, I don't know, but couldn't hear you.
Harinam Sankirtan Yajna.
Yes. So the Bhakti Yoga, the devotional service, is practically possible for us. And in 37 to 39, because Arjun was inquiring about the fate of a fallen yogi. And as Shri Prabhupada, we just read from the slide, that does such a man perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? So Arjun expresses that only Krishna can dispel this doubt completely, because he knows that Krishna can only satisfy Arjun's doubt. So why only Krishna and no one else can satisfy Arjuna's doubts? Because Krishna knows. Because Krishna knows past, present, future. He knows everything. And also no one equal to or above Krishna. Certainly the so-called great sages and philosophers who are at the mercy of material nature cannot equal him. So the conclusion is that verdict of Krishna is a final and complete answer to all doubts, because he knows everything, but no one knows him. So on what basis does Arjuna expect Krishna to know everything? Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 2.12 explains the eternal individuality of every living entity. Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna. This shows that Krishna must be the knower of past, present, and future. Thus, Arjuna expects him to reveal the future of unsuccessful transcendentalists. So, Srila Prabhupada concludes in the purport that Krishna and Krishna conscious devotees alone can know what is what. Because the devotees are very chatura, Krishna's devotees. They are very intelligent because they are Krishna's devotees. They are worshipping Krishna. So in 6.40, Krishna answers Arjuna that no misfortune for transcendentalists. Why? What happens? All auspicious nature of transcendental path. Srila Prabhupada quotes from 1.5.17, Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that if someone gives up all material prospects, you will find this in 6.40. Okay, I'm not reading the shloka now because we are left with 7 minutes, so I want to complete this chapter. There are 7 more verses to go. So if someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. Or the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in its occupational duties and yet not gain anything. So here we see that, only taking the shelter of Krishna. And if you remember that, we discussed it many times, that if we are, having so much knowledge of the things, of the material things, if we are, if we are qualified, like we have earned the PhD degrees and a lot of the material degrees, but that will not help us in our next life. But whatever spiritual knowledge we have, or whatever bhakti we have done, we are going to start in our next birth from that point only, where we stopped. So in 6.41, what happens to an unsuccessful yogi who falls after a short practice? So or Arjuna's query is that what happens to those who fail to reach that goal because of the material elements, right? Because somehow they are attracted to something. So by grace of the Lord, they're allowed to make full utilization of their material propensities in the heavenly planets, and then they are given prosperous lives in righteous or aristocratic families. The Srila Prabhupada concludes the purport saying that those who are born in such families, aristocratic or righteous, may take advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. So by the mercy of the devotees, they can be devotee, they can come into this Krishna Bhakti. 6.42 tells that what happens to an unsuccessful yogi who falls after a long practice. So such a yogi is given birth in the family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Examples of family of transcendentalists like Acharyas and Goswamis, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj taking birth in a Vaishnava families. So nowadays, Acharyas and Goswamis families have degenerated due to insufficient education and training. We see that, like nowadays, we can't find such families, but yes, still not the Goswamis families like as Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj or as Srila Prabhupada, but because of their mercy, because of them, we have like such kind of Vaishnavas in who give the complete and perfect freedom to their children to do bhakti. So that can be there, those atmas, those souls can take birth in such places. Maybe they took this yoga system, this yoga process for a very long time, this yoga practice, but somehow they couldn't complete it. They couldn't attain that samadhi stage, so they can take birth in such Vaishnava's house and gain the bhakti. So 6.43 and 44, resumption of the yoga practice. After getting opportunities in the appropriate families, the yogis being their yoga practices from where they left off. Okay, they start from where they left. So example of Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaj Bharat, and then he became the deer, and then he became the Jar Bharat. So this is how, if someone couldn't complete their bhakti or couldn't complete their the yoga practice, then can continue from where he stopped. So example of okay, in 6 point, there is a word Shabda Brahma in 6.44 shloka. The purport refers to ritualistic principles of Vedas. Advanced yogis surpass ritualistic principles of Vedas. They are attracted to spiritual and not material principles in his life. Example, Dehuti's prayers. Like Ahobata, low birth does not matter. One who chants the holy name is far more advanced. So here is the example of Srila Haridas Thakur. Low birth but accepted as a Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya. So meaning in his previous life, he must have surpassed all the ritualistic methods of Vedas, Shabda Brahma. 6.45. Yogi attains perfection after many births of practice. So in the translation, 6.45, when the yogi engaged himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. So maybe not in one birth, after many births of practice, he will attain that perfection. And in Krishna consciousness, the perfect stage of freedom from all contaminations is like yesham tananta gatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam drihvrita. After many, many births of executing pious activities, when one is completely free from all contaminations and from all illusory dualities, one becomes engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So the progress of yogi is explained like in from 6.41 to 45, then he will be born in righteous aristocratic or sacred family, becomes conscious of his favorable condition, and then with the sincere endeavors also, with determination, he begins his unfinished task, and he becomes completely pure. He completely cleanses himself from all material contaminations, becoming free from all such contaminations. Finally, he attains the supreme perfection, Krishna consciousness. So in the 47 shloka, the last shloka, Krishna tells that even better than yogi is a devotee who worships Krishna. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantra atmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatmano mata. Who wants to read this translation? Yes, Natik.
And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
So Krishna is saying that, I am the one who is he's even the devotee who worships Krishna, he is even better than a yogi. Significance of word bhajante has its roots in the word bhaj, which is used when there is need of service. The word worship does not convey the same meaning as bhaj. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we should serve Krishna with all love, with all devotion, because we know that Krishna says that one who is a Krishna conscious person, or who is a devotee, who is engaged his services, his senses in my service, is more dear to me than the yogi. So Krishna consciousness and Krishna bhakti is best among the all kind of yogas. So service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be avoided by a living entity, because a living entity has that love in within him. We know that, we discuss about it in many previous sessions, that one cannot avoid worshipping a respectable um, um, okay. Yes, one can avoid worshipping a respectable man or demigod and may be called discourteous, but one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead without being thoroughly condemned. So, anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is a source of living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. So, as we are here, we know, we are reading Bhagavad Gita, we are trying to understand, we are here to thoroughly understand this Bhagavad Gita. We must uh, do do everything to satisfy Krishna, to satisfy Krishna's senses, because many births we have came here and we have done all kind of sense gratification, but this human form is very rare. So we must take the full advantage, as Srila Prabhupada says, that um, use of best bargain. This body is best, like no, bad bargain, use of bad bargain. So this body is bad bargain, but we can use it. The best use is using it for Krishna's service, and that is what this Bhagavad Gita tells us. That is what Krishna is trying to tell us in this chapter also. From 7 onwards till chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga is going to start. So we understood, that what is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Krishna is finally the verdict which Krishna has given to us, that is, try to serve him with love and devotion, and that is the best yoga. That is the perfect yoga. Okay, so here are chapter 6 completed. So all the very best for your exam next week, and you can do your assignments, your essays, and everything in a better way. All the best.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hare
So,
Krishna Prabhuji.
we would like to
Dandavat
thank
Pranam.
Now, we would nevertheless like to first thank Leela, Priya, Shyama Mataji for her I would say pioneering effort, starting like opening up for us. Not an easy task to open a Bhakti Shastri, and she took up the challenge. And I was off and on, was here. Hare Krishna, everybody. So, and I can see Leela, Priya, Shyama Mataji and her confidence and competence, and I've been in this for the past 12 years, and I can tell you with my past, I can use my past 12 years experience, and with that, on that strength, I can vouch for her. She has proved herself to be a facilitator on the international level. So you will, I bet that, of course, betting is not generally appreciated in Krishna consciousness, but I still can bet that the other facilitators, you will hear them, you will find them at par with Leela Priya Shyama Mataji. So thank you. I mean, it's like my heartfelt gratitude towards Leela Priya Shyama Mataji, and of course to all of you, those who are present and those who are not present today. We understand because this is not supposed to be a usual day, but like yeah, I mean, uh, as you call it, you know, like uh, yeah, exceptional situations require exceptional solutions. So then we had to have this thing, especially Shaman and Prabhu being around here. So two more things. First is I think many of you might have received the an invitation. Those who are from, especially from Hyderabad, must have received an invitation for the program tomorrow. We have exclusively for the youngsters, and we are also still trying to have something cobbled up in Karachi. We're not able to get through, but we're trying our best. I think by next weekend we will have something. The I mean, the moment we have it, we will let you know. So because we are struggling with the venue and the timings, so let's see. But we will have something of that sort. Okay, now the next thing is about your CBA. This will be going to be the first closed book assessments. So we would be requiring. So this next CBA is slated on 17th, I believe, right? So you have got full 1 week to prepare for yourself. Let's see if we can have a meeting on 11th Monday so that we can let you know just a few things about, maybe not more than half an hour. We can meet and let you know how the CBA will be conducted. Many of you might not be familiar with like online examination patterns and systems. So how it is to be like organized, we will take maybe maximum half an hour to give a demonstration how it's to be done. Okay. And then we prepare. And I have received 5 or 6 devotees have already started with their OBAs and shlokas, but most of them are, I don't know, they are waiting for something, miracle to happen. That's not coming. Okay. So don't wait for miracles. Okay. Start with your whatever, and I'm here to help you out. There is also Leela Prashamaji is just a phone call away. Both of us are just a phone call away. She's not even just a phone call. She may be even like accessible physically. Okay, so just so take all the advantages you can. Start off because the first CBA is going to be a new experience. So don't be scared with that thing. After the first CBA, you will be familiar with the pattern. So you'll be familiar with that. Okay. Thank you so very much. And once again, I extend my gratitude towards Leela Sharma Mataji.
Thank
All
you so
this.
much, Prabhuji, for giving
Thank,
me such opportunity
thank
like to serve. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
you
Truly.
deserve it. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maji. Hare Krishna. All blessed to Srila
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna. Jai.
Jai.